It's never a waste of time to make time for the truth. A moment spent listening and paying attention to the truth can change your life. So let's take a moment for the truth. Psalms 119:29 says, "Remove the false way from me, and graciously grant me your law." Making good and right decisions is not always easy. In our present time, active discernment is not common. We live in a time when the desire for personal freedom and expression is at a high mark. As part of that, people want options, even if some of those options are in fact wrong options. Personal autonomy wants to exercise the freedom and power of choice while imagining that they have equal control over the results. Now, the writer of this psalm has an entirely different viewpoint. He declares his desire, and it says, "Remove the false way from me." These are the words of someone who knows what it means to make a wrong choice. This is a plea for assistance because he willingly confesses his ability of failure in choosing correctly. This is an honest confession. I'm reminded of the warnings that we find in 1 Corinthians 10. The beginning words of that chapter really ring true. "For I do not want you to be unaware, brothers and sisters." People have been given so much. This people of Israel chose so poorly. And as part of the conclusion of that chapter, that section, comes the instructive words in verses 11 and 12. "Now these things happened to them as an example, and they were written for our instruction, upon whom the ends of the ages have come. Therefore, let the one who thinks he stands watch out, that he does not fail." The psalmist doesn't want to make the same kind of mistake. He requests that the Lord act in his behalf to remove the false way from him. He neither wants to practice it, express it, or be deceived by it. He recognizes the false, and he knows his capacity to be deceived by it. He understands how much depends on the choices that he makes. And so he's chosen to ask God and for his intervention. And so not only does he desire that the false way be removed, but he asks God to supply a better alternative. He says, "Graciously grant me your law." The writer asks that the Lord grace him with his law, his way. The Lord in his law provides wisdom. As James 1:5 says, "But if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him." You see, the false way leads to destruction, while the commands of God and his instructions rescues us from the lies. There's nothing wrong with admitting our capacity to choose wrongly. We have a need for assistance in resisting and escaping the false. And God is gracious in his help for us. He has given us his word. And so we should turn to him and his word. God will hear our plea for assistance in choosing wisely. We just need to call out to him. It only takes a moment, but it will be a moment that will matter. Thanks for watching and listening to Truth Matters Moment. Also, don't forget to look for our weekly podcast called Truth Matters. It comes out every Wednesday. Catch you later.